We are back on this July 4th holiday with one of the biggest sensations in music right now, Bleachers. And let's introduce you to the band: Jack Antonoff, Mikey Freedom Hart, Evan Smith, Zem Audu, Sean Hutchinson, Mike Riddleberger. Good morning to all of you. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey! Everyone's still pumped up with that first number. Jack, we have to ask you, so the new album's called Bleachers.
Yeah.
Great title. How'd you guys come up with that one?
The titles kind of hit you.
And that one seemed pretty obvious.
I never wanted to have a self-titled album, and then something about it speaks to how long we've been on tour and how much the band has grown. Where while I was making the album, I was like, oh, I just saw it.
There you go.
And then yeah, you see it, and then that's that.
And that first song, I mean, I was getting like all the Bruce Springsteen, E Street sax vibes from that one. How do you describe the music in this album?
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, to that point, you know, there's a lot of DNA of where I'm from in New Jersey. It's the music
Jersey's here.
Has New Jersey shown up?
Sure. They're here.
I'm at Florida. I see Canada. I saw Australia. DC. Okay. Okay. But I like writing about through the lens of where I'm from, and that's just the sound of what I grew up on. Obviously, all the older stuff, but then, you know, in my day, it was just kind of really hopeful, sad songs. This is how I quantify it.
Take us inside the sad songs. What's your process like? Do you just sit down and knock it all out at once? Do you have a routine?
Well, it's hard to write unless you're really compelled, and sometimes what compels you is way more serious things. Like I never feel like, you know, you don't hear a lot of great songs about like one's lunch order. Sorry, you know, so the things that you don't really understand and cause you pain are usually things that are worth writing about. But then after the fact, you write what you write. That's sort of a thing that comes out how it comes out, and you can't try to mess with it. After the fact, it gets fun to be like, well, maybe I won't confine myself to this song having to sound like it feels, and maybe, you know, everyone can dance to it, but then the people who really understand it can use it in other moments.
And briefly, the things to appreciate about you: not just a singer, a songwriter, a producer. Last week's #1 song, Sabrina Carpenter, you produced. The #1 album on the charts right now, Tortured Poets Department, you produced. How good does that feel for you?
That was crazy. Yeah, it was wild. I work not very far away, but work at a studio called Electric Lady, and I'm up at the the roof, and so it's sort of like a little bit of a small apartment up there, and it feels kind of contained, and make all the records up there, and when lots of people hear them, it feels amazing because we're sort of contained up there.
No doubt. Sabrina and Taylor doing all right, it seems like, these days. Yeah.
It's the best.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.